Steven Gerrard had many flirtations with leaving my beloved Liverpool, and he finally realised
that
that
footballer?
Yeah.
Right.
If he went elsewhere, he may win league medals, more league medals, but he wouldn't have the joy of showing them to his kids. Because they'd be Liverpool fans, they're going to grow up there, and you know, and he's a Liverpool fan. So I think you could turn your hands to obvious things, but with the exception of the aforementioned James Bond.
Right.
Why? If you love it, so stay. Russell T Davies said he wants you to be Doctor Who forever.
Yeah.
I think you will be. You know, I think you will be there a lot longer than you even think now. Because when you love something, you always weigh it up. I should leave.
I know.
Of course you do. You're going to just think about it a lot more than something you're dispassionate about. But I can just see it. Even when you think you're going to go, I can see one more series.
Well, to be truthful, I've already stayed longer than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
You know, I've already stayed longer than my initial contract.
Yeah.
So anything is possible. Absolutely.
Oh,
but you're right. The other thing is, it's one of those parts that will never go away. You know. So. And there's always, even when I do leave, there's always that episode where all the Doctors reunite and things like that. I'm already looking forward to that.
It's only happened twice, hasn't it? So, you know...
No, I think it's happened 3 or 4 times. I know it's happened. Yeah, I can probably give you the dates. But, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that story coming round.
Okay, you finally go. Not that you ever will. And this is my last question for you. You finally go, and the regeneration scene happens.
Yeah.
No more David Tennant. Who should you regenerate?
I knew you were going to ask that. I don't know. Don't ask me, because I don't want anyone else to be any good, of course.
I'll write it down for you.
Of course. Oh, who are you saying?
So, you know, you regenerate.
Colin right? Murphy. I've never heard of him. I'm not sure that. I think he just needs a good actor who's up for it.
Yeah.
And I think any good actor who's up for it will make something brilliant of it, because it's the best part there is, and you can kind of do whatever you like with it. So
I tell you who, Sim was brilliant as the Master.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and I think if he hadn't have been the Master, then he could have been a logical.
He would have been a great choice.
On, and he would have been a great choice. Outside of that, I think you're gonna have to stay. I have to be.
Okay, well, if you put it that way, then I will.
In fact, I have someone here from BBC Contract, and you're not allowed to leave until you sign up for 8 years. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, it's been a great pleasure.
You're the embodiment of the honest conversation, which is what we try and do at this time.
I still can't quite believe I admitted to Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it's a list of shame. What are we going to finish with?
Well, I don't know, because
don't try and get your credibility back. That's the best thing about you. 100% honesty.
I have no credibility. Exactly. That's the best thing about me.
Either do I. So don't worry.
I don't know. This is quite difficult, because it's a bit like choosing your desert island discs. This is, At least you get 8 there. And actually, I probably wouldn't put Avril Lavigne on that, because it's a bit highbrow radio 4. I wouldn't dare.
You talk in your phone voice.
Yeah, I put some Elgar in instead.
You automatically just go into that mode on Radio 4.
Yeah. Well, this is much better than desert island discs.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, that's what you were trying to get me to say, wasn't it? That's the sign you were holding up, getting me to read out. I'm tempted by the Kaiser Chiefs. I'd quite like to hear some Kaiser Chiefs. But then we could go a bit more old school. We could go for some Elvis Costello.
You're a big Elvis Costello
I do
fan.
love a bit of Elvis Costello. I saw him at Glastonbury. He was fantastic.
Given your list, I think maybe Kaiser Chiefs could get you out of a hell of a lot of trouble.
Do you think? Mind you, Elvis Costello's maybe more credible because it's old school.
Oh, yeah,
you sound more credible if you go old school.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But, it's so hard to choose just one. Or maybe a Franz Ferdinand track.
I know you're big. You're
I
a
love
big
a bit
fan
of them.
Yeah.
And then back in time, a Deacon Blue. I loved Rain.
Oh, now you're talking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because your credibility hasn't sunk enough. Well, I wouldn't want to influence you.
Or Simple Minds. First concert I ever went to was Simple Minds.
So we've narrowed it down.
So we've narrowed it down to about 10 different things. I love something with a woo. I love something with a woo.
Hence the job doing Doctor Who. It's all making sense now.
So maybe we should have Ruby. Oh.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Let's finish with the Kaiser Chiefs and Ruby.
With Kaiser Chiefs. There you go. Headline: Future James Bond gets credibility back at last hurdle. Right, let's do the Kaiser Chiefs. We've been in company of David Tennant, and we heard so many good tracks.
He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." Come on.
They talk
spelt with an 8.
Lennon, McCartney, Levine. They're all there. Thank you so much for coming in.
It's been a great pleasure. I've really enjoyed myself.
And I'd love to make it a yearly date, so if you get
Let's do it
time to
again.
come in and we'll
Let's do it again.
Alright mate, thank you.
Cheers.
And that is the end of our In the Company of the Dr. David Tennant. I hope by having him on for that long amount of time, which is the point of In the Company of, he came across as a quite brilliant human being that he is. We loved having him in. Natasha and Rachel, you both didn't get to meet him. Did it come across just how amazing a person he is?
Sounded lovely.
Yeah, he's good, wasn't he, eh?
Big fan.
Big fan now, you're a big fan. Good, you've got the box sets, you've got them signed, to lend them to you. There you go. So we've been in the company of Dr. tonight, David Tennant. Despite Avril Lavigne, we are going to let him back in a year from now. You heard him say that. And I have clipped him up, what he thought was off mic, but on mic, singing along to the House Martins. We'll play that in the first half an hour of tomorrow night's show. Judging by the text, you enjoyed it as much as we did putting it together. Now, we'll move on. Thank you very much, David. We'll move on to next Monday. We'll give you a track from the band who we're going to be in the company of next Monday as we move through A-List April. It's taking us through Gogo Bordello, through Radiohead, now through David Tennant, and we move on next to a band who said the session they recorded for this show, which you'll hear in this day next week as part of it in the company of, is the best they've ever recorded. So I'll play them for you next.
Brand new Doctor Who.
Pompeii. We're in Pompeii. And it's Volcano Day.
Start the evacuation. We get everyone out easy.
Yeah, except we're not going to.
Well, I might just have something to say about that spaceman.
Oh, I bet you will.
You've got to leave Pompeii. This is false prophecy.
The false prophet must die. Donna! Donna!
If you missed this week's Doctor Who, it's available to watch now at bbc.co.uk/iPlayer.